So this is Steve, and I'm here with Geoff Paddock. Geoff, on Monday you made a trip out to the district office of the Indiana Department of Transportation. They had an open house. You also went out there for a specific reason. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the event on Monday?
Right, yes. Thanks, Steve. I did take advantage as a board member of the Northeast Indiana Passenger Rail Association, NIPRA, to attend the open house and long-term planning meeting that NDOT, the Indiana Department of Transportation, had opened up to the public. And NDOT has been, I think, very responsible in providing good service as far as highways and bridges and so on, and even investing in our ports in Lake County in that area. But I think one thing we lose track of, no pun intended here, is our rail issue. And we wanted to make sure that NDOT receives some input from folks who are interested in not only investing in ports and bridges and highways, but in rail development, passenger rail development, particularly across our state. And NIPRA did contact state legislators last year and asked them to set aside 2%, of our $3.5 billion state transportation budget, 2%, which is about $70 million over the next 2 years for rail development. That hasn't moved, but we're hoping to make some progress there. We think that it's important that NDOT invest in infrastructure improvements so we can bring Amtrak service back to Fort Wayne and include more cities along the way. Warsaw, Valparaiso perhaps would be served on a route to Chicago, and there are other routes around the state that would serve other communities as well. So this would be another important leg of transportation offered, and it would be, again, an economic development boost for our state and add as many as 500 jobs in the Fort Wayne area, we think. So that's something that NIPRA has been talking about for some time. We started out, as you know, touting the high-speed rail issue, particularly with the budget issues in Washington and the high deficits. It's unlikely Congress is going to put much money into high-speed rail, but we still think there's a possibility of just doing some minimal amount of work, infrastructure improvements that would help us get Amtrak back to 79, 80 miles per hour and serve Fort Wayne and northeastern Indiana. So that's kind of where we are with that right now.
Okay. And there is a lot of support for this in Fort Wayne.
There is. Mayor Henry had given me a petition that was actually put together by a couple of volunteers with just a couple hundred signatures, but we turned that in and showed that there is support. You know, at the rail rallies that we had in 2009 and 2010, we probably had about 1,000 people at each rally, and so NIPRA may try to get some of those folks to sign a petition. We think we could get several hundred, perhaps several thousand signatures over a period of time to get to NDOT to let them know that there is strong support for this. We do know that a lot of those folks have been calling and writing and emailing their state legislators and Governor Daniels, telling all of those folks that they'd like to see a state investment in rail. So we hope we're making some progress, very slowly, but this was a next step and an important step to give NDOT the petition that Mayor Henry had received, and also to again ask them to look at funding for future rail development in the state of Indiana, not just for Fort Wayne, but for the entire state.
Well, Geoff, we appreciate your time again and all your
Thanks,
hard
Steve.
work on NIPRA.
Nice to be here. Thanks.